Okay, happy Tuesday, everybody. This is the warm up for today. Please take a little bit of time to copy this down first. And when you are done copying it down, then try to see if you can figure out the answers to these. Some of these things might be new. So if you can't figure out the answers, that's fine, right? What you want to say is, I can't figure it out yet. And then when you're done or you need a hint, come back and see what we have for answers. Okay, follow along. Okay, at the end of each week, I think I want to have you submit your copies of these so you can get credit for doing all this work as you learn. Okay, double win, win-win. Okay, so remember the diamonds. Okay, as you copy them down, you might go ahead and put that multiplication sign there and addition sign here at the bottom, because remember, the top is the answer to two numbers multiplied. What's that called again? Good, you remembered. You can even write the word product up here and then sum down here. Okay, so go ahead and copy those down, do as much as you can, and then come back. Okay, hopefully you did pause this and did as much as you could on your own. You don't want to be getting a boost over things you can easily jump over, right? So do what you can. Here we are. What two numbers have a product of 15 and a sum of 8? Well, if you are totally stuck, you can pick one of these two and figure things out, like 15. What are the factors of 15? Right? Well, I can have 1 times 15. 2 won't go into it. Why do we know that? Because it's odd. 2 only goes into even numbers. Those are the ones that end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay? So 2 won't. Will 3? What's that trick with 3s again? Yeah, if you add the digits, 1 plus 5 is 6, and see if 3 goes into that. Does 3 go into 6? Yes, so 3 is going to go into this. How many times? 3 times 5. The only number between 3 and 5 is 4. 4 won't go into it. So I have all the factors here. So I'm either going to say 1 and 15, but 1 plus 15 is 16, or 3 and 5, and 3 plus 5. So that's one way you can do these if you're totally stuck. It's just start getting factors or start getting sums. What numbers added together equal 8? Well, 7 plus 1, 6 plus 2, 3 plus 5, and 4 plus 4. That's it. Those are my choices. Right? So 3 plus 5 worked here. I have an 8 here again. Okay. Any of these combinations multiply together equal 16? Yeah, you guys are recognizing that 4 times 4, right? Okay. How about any of these combinations multiply together, get you a product of 12? You guys are recognizing 6 times 2, right? What if you wrote 2 times 6? No big deal. Remember, adding and multiplying are commutative, right? Okay, now I have a 12 and a 32. What two numbers multiply together equal 32? Added together equal 12. 6 plus 6 is 12, right? But 6 times 6 is 36, right? You guys hopefully figured out 8 times 4 or 4 times 8. If not, work on those facts. All right, here's the question. That when you see problems like this, some people say, oh man, right? Or you start looking for your calculator, right? You have better integrity than that though, right? What word do you want to see in the directions on big problems like this? The answer to that is you want to see the word estimate. Why? Alliteration coming. Because estimating is easy. If you didn't make it easy, you didn't do it right. Remember, when you're estimating correctly, you're going to feel like you're cheating. It's so easy. It's easier to get a calculator, right? 482, that's too hard. Make that number easier for me, please. Now, some people say 480 is easier, but 480, can you do your 48s in your head? No, you didn't make it easy enough. Let's round that all the way up to 500. Now that number's just like doing a 5 when you multiply. 21's too hard. Let's change it to 20. I basically now have 5 times 2 with 1, 2, 3 zeros. 10,000. Wasn't that easy? Love seeing that word. Some of you have not liked seeing that word before because you're like, yeah, what do they want me to say, right? You're trying to figure out what the teacher wants for the answer instead of what the answer is, right? Remember, estimating, you don't need the exact answer. You just got to get close. It's more important to save time, so you got to make it easy. 674, that number is scary, and I don't want to do that. I want to make it easier. Let's make it 700. Now it's just like a 7. 28, let's make it easy. Now some people say let's make it 20. Why wouldn't you make that 20? It would make it easy. Yeah, but we want to be reasonable, right? We want to make it easy, but we want to be close. 20 is not going to get us that close because 20 is not that close to 28. 30 is. So I'm changing it to 30. And again, that's that rounding, right? Who's that knocking on my back door? If it's 5 or more, raise the score. So that 2 gets raised to a 3. All right. Now I just basically have 7 times 3 is 21 with 1, 2, 3 zeros. 21,000. Next one, 589. Oh, that's way too hard. Let's make it a nice even 600. 31. Yeah, everybody's rounding out to 30. And now I have 3 times 6 and 0, 0, 0. Now, why am I using equal signs here instead of those squiggly signs like I said to use? Because I'm actually writing 500 times 20, that equals 10,000. Now, if I wanted to write 482 times 21, I'm not going to write equals 10,000. That's where you use the squiggly line. It's about 10,000. This is exact because I already rounded those numbers. This is about. Okay, so I put that up there because I didn't have room to put it here. So I'm going to do the about equal sign, right? It's about. All right. Some of you may remember doing the area model last year in math for multiplication. Okay, if you do, you might recognize a problem like this and know that what this really is showing is 44 times 23. You want to put the time sign in there, go ahead. Okay, 44 times 23. Now, if you did the standard algorithm, then I'm saying 3 times 4, that's 12, carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12, again, plus 1 is 13. And then when I come down to the next level, I got to put a placeholder, they call it, because that 2 is really 20. Cross out these carry marks so I don't get confused. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 4 is 8. And then I go add. 11, carry the 1, 118 is 10, so 1012. That is the standard algorithm. The area model, or as we're going to call it this year, the generic rectangle, is similar, but you're going to do it in 4 steps and then add. So 2 times 4 is 8, so 20 times 40 is 8 with 2 zeros. 2 times 4 is 8, so 20 times 4 is 8 with 1 0. 3 times 4 is 12, so 3 times 40 is 12 with a 0, and 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, now I take those 4 products and I find out what my total is. Okay, and when I add these, you're going to recognize that it's the same answer as I got here when I did the standard algorithm. Okay, great way to double check, great way to practice both methods, generic rectangle and the standard algorithm. All right, let's do the next one. 3 times 5 is 15. How many zeros are included there? 30 times 50 is 1500. 3 times 3 is 9 with an extra 0. 4 times 5 is 20. Don't get confused. That 20 was part of that 4 times 5. I still got to add that extra 0, 200. And 4 times 3. Take those 4 numbers, 1500, 200, 90, and 12, and add them up. 1,802. Let's just double check. Use a standard algorithm. What is this really representing? 53 times 34. Again, I'm starting with the ones place. 4 times 3 is 12. Put the 2 there, carry that 1. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 more. Put a placeholder, cross out those carry marks so you don't get confused. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. Now add them. And we must have done it right because we have the same answer. All right, we're skipping when we do these exponents straight to the answer, right? 1 times itself 2 times. This is not 2. 1 to the second power is 1. 2 to the second power. This is a dangerous one when we teach exponents because people can do it wrong and get it right. Right? If you thought this was 2 times 2, you got 4, you got it correct. When really it's 2 times itself this many times, ends up being the same answer. Danger zone for people that have the misconception. If they did this wrong and got it right, what did they think this answer was? Right, 6. What is the answer? 3 times itself that many times. 3 times 3. 4 to the second power is 4 times 4. 5 to the second power, it's not 10. It's 5 times itself that many times. 5 times 5. 6 to the second power, most popular wrong answer, again, is 12. The right problem is 6 times 6, and the right answer is 36. 7 to the second power, it's not 14. It's 7 times itself that many times. 7 times 7. And 8 to the second power. 8 times 8 fell on the floor. I picked it up. All right, good job. I will see you later in a Zoom if you need help with anything. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Or not. Tomorrow's Wednesday. See you Thursday, everybody.